For me, we're a week into the new year. I hope your 5 resolutions that we talked about in my previous video are still holding true. Don't forget, they were plan, execute, track, analyze, and improve. But I've got some other bonus brilliant ideas for you to smash it in 2020. We're all just starting to get back into the flow. We're not quite fully demobbed out of the New Year celebrations. So just before the maelstrom of the year sinks upon us, I just want to take this last opportunity to give you some really great advice on how to set out to have an amazing year in 2020 from a marketing perspective. The title of this video is Blocking Mum. I'll explain that later. But here's 5 ideas right away. I think it's 5. It's 5 ideas how to smash it in 2020. And then I'll tell you why this video is called Blocking Mum. The first idea is start a Google Doc spreadsheet or a OneNote spreadsheet or an Evernote. I don't care. Start a collaborative document with your team, and it's called the Ideas Doc. And all you're going to do is every time anyone has a good idea, go and bung it in there. And the reason for this is that allows you, first of all, to create a safe space where people can put good ideas, because it doesn't say who's put them in, unless you look at the version history. But the other thing is, once they're in there, can't talk about them. Park them. The amount of conversations that happen in offices about great ideas that go nowhere but waste loads of time is phenomenal. The amount of times business leaders have another great idea and it just time saps, or it's a way for them to avoid doing the stuff they don't want to do. Put it in the Ideas Doc. Have a meeting once every fortnight and go through the Ideas Doc and pick 1 or 2 or 3 ideas to progress and turn into actual projects. But don't let ideas slip away and don't let them sink the ship. The second really cool idea is every time you think about registering a domain, and put your hands up, honestly, if you've ever registered a domain because you've had a good idea. We've all done it. I've done it loads of times. GoDaddy are definitely getting rich on this guy. But here's what I've learned. Most of them turn into nothing. So before you buy the domain, do a business plan. For the love of God, don't buy the domain. Just put a 1-page business plan together. What's the business case? What are we going to do with this? Who's it for? Do they need it? Is there any competition? Why isn't there any competition? What's the market size? Some basic stats around total potential customer base, total market value. Really just something simple. If you get to the end of that page and it stacks up, buy the domain. But 99% of the time you get to the end of the page, 99% of the time you won't get to the end of the page. And you'll have saved yourself a ton of money. You won't have wasted a lot of time for the business. And let's face it, when it comes to marketing, time is the most precious resource any business has when it comes to marketing. The third thing I want you to do is Christmas planning. It's January 8th. Absolutely. I want you to put some dates in your diary. Now, I recently shared this on an email. Put May the 1st in your diary and say, start Christmas planning. Put July 1st in your diary and say, finalize Christmas planning. Put September 1st in your diary and put execute Christmas campaigns. Ultimately, Christmas starts now. Last Christmas is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. And next Christmas will creep up on you and slap you around the face until you realize that you have missed another Christmas where you could have done that brilliant idea for a campaign to really help your business grow, but you've missed it. So put those dates in your diary and get your Christmas planning scheduled so that you know what you're doing. And by the way, as a tiny side cheeky bonus, if there's any other major events in your calendar that are relevant, plan them in now as well. Plan them for the next 3 years. It doesn't matter. Put them in your diary so that you won't forget about them. Because if you don't, you'll forget about them, because that's what we do. That's normal default pattern behavior, because we're all busy. The fourth idea I have for you to totally smash it in 2020 is to make holy time for your marketing. And when I say holy time, I mean time you can't put other things in front of. I don't care if you've got a really important meeting. I don't even care if there's a client that wants a pitch at that specific time. You're busy. You're busy. They will find another time. I'm sure you will find another time. But if you don't prioritize marketing, you will suffer in your pipeline. I absolutely guarantee that 100%. There's no question in my mind. If you do not prioritize marketing, your pipeline will suffer. And by the way, if you don't prioritize sales, your closing rate will suffer and your revenue and your turnover will suffer. So you've got to prioritize marketing. Prioritize sales as well, but you've got to prioritize marketing. Give it holy time. The fifth and final way you can smash it in 2020 is being meaningful to your clients' outcomes. Write your desires and outcomes down on a piece of paper, and then write their outcomes and desires down on a piece of paper. And now draw lines between them and try and connect them up. Try and do a Venn diagram with one of your outcomes and one of theirs and see what's in the middle and really focus on their outcomes. So the first bonus for you, before I tell you why this is called blocking mum, the first bonus is I have an email list. So not only do we run masterclasses and masterminds, we have a fantastic email list that's building really nicely. And I give away great nuggets, like the Christmas planning nugget I just told you about. I told my email newsletter folks about this a month ago. So they're ahead of the curve. You can get ahead of the curve. You won't always get the email content coming out here. So it's free. Just go to my website. You'll see what to do. It's really easy. It's not rocket science. And the second thing is that in the email, we'll regularly tell you when we have a new webinar scheduled in. And the webinars are really powerful. They're like these videos, but they last for about 45 minutes. There's loads of value in there, loads of ways that we know work really well. So get yourself signed up to that email so that you can be lined up for the webinar. The webinar, you can go to www.tepfu.com/webinar. So the final bonus for you, So the final bonus for you is that it's about blocking mum. You have to block your mum. Remove your mum and your dad and your brother and your sister and your close friends and family from your mailing list, from your social media feeds when it comes to your company. Stop listening to their critical advice because they have no bearing, but they have loads of ego pressure on you because they're your family. So definitely take it from me. It's time to block mum. Hope that helps.